Good boys. Is cam working? Yeah, I think it's good. Good, James. I'm live every day. Good boys. Good, Atlanta. Buys for the day? We'll discuss. Don't worry. I'll go over everything. Trade Zella. Trade Zella 25% off. Good, the greatest. Good, my brother. Today we look for shorts. I'll cover what I'm looking for personally. On ES, we took out previous week's high, previous day's high as well. But on Nasdaq, we still have previous week's high there. So we will be working with that in mind. The book will be ready for this weekend. Yep, so everyone can study for December if they want to. What was the whole top situation? So I made a couple of videos. They had a new rule that came out, and I interpreted it wrong, so I had to delete those videos. I will be going to the Bull in New York. Yeah, Alpha sale. I think it ends on Thursday, but then I think they're running another sale or something like that. So, um, for now, get it before either it's Thursday or it's Sunday. I forget. Thursday or Sunday, but either way, they are gonna. There's gonna be another sale, I think. Kiss the Bull for unlimited payouts. Really? Like it's right? What do you mean? What's 100? Then your new interpretation of what? The rule? Did I say 100% off? I don't remember saying that. New York will be fun for you. Happy for you to visit the exchange. Yeah, I'll definitely visit that. Today's a half day. I think tomorrow's a half day, not today. Tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and then Friday is Black Friday. TopStep didn't do any discounts last year. Actually, they did the one for the new dashboard, but they don't usually do holiday discounts, so I don't think they will. Obviously, it's possible, but I don't think they will. How do you get your writing to be in the front of the line? Where? So I just edit it and I say, put the writing in the middle on the right side. Right, that's all. Easy. Got you, brother. Let's hope it plays out. See how the opening bell. Sure. Yeah. So I'll wait for some people to join, then we'll talk about the game plan. Are you doing the trader roundup? Great questions. Thank you, brother. How many trades do you usually average in a week to month? Honestly, I have no idea. It's hard to say. I don't have a limit. This is previous week's high. And this is the S&P chart. The left side is ES, the right side is NASDAQ. It's correct. Can you tell me that? I'll explain it. Can you explain the new rule? Okay. The new top step rule is for your second payout to be eligible, you have to be at whatever your previous balance was. You get me? You can view it as a bearish SMT. You explain the fund and X 40% consistency rule. It's simply your best trading day cannot be more than 40% of your profits. What card do you have? I have a Lexus. What software are you using? This is TradingView. Game plan. We're gonna cover the game plan in like 2 minutes. Wait for some people to join up, and then we'll ES or MNQ. I'm gonna be trading ES for a while, unless NQ looks a lot stronger. Today we actually might trade MNQ because we may have a six sister approach to the market today. We'll see. Before after the first payout, it only goes for second payout and average. Here's the top side balance for it's after. So if you took $3,000 payout, then you need $3,000 or more to request the next payout. So it's really only going to affect you if you then take a payout and then lose. You know, if you made a lot of money, what's six sister? It's like the reverse of SMT. You know. So like, what do you do if you have bearish SMT but you're bullish? Well, you look for a six sister approach, right? So it can be more than the profit requirement, which is more than my biggest day. It can be 40% of your biggest day. What is six? No, not six. Not six. Sick. What's the game plan now? 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Got it. Which ones has the lowest PA? What do you mean the lowest? Lowest probability? Probably July and August. I noticed in your Discord you ran a poker tournament. Ever considered a cash game? What's a cash game? What's that? No, you're good. I'll explain it right now. Um, First, let me just sign into my broker. Okay, actually, it's been signing in automatically for me. That's really nice. The best months to trade. I personally really like October, September, November. I like January, February, March. Those are probably my top ones. Okay, guys, listen closely. So, I don't expect a weekly reversal. Okay, let's get that clear. AKA, I think Monday's low is safe because we do not have. Okay, we're gonna break it down top to bottom. Monday's low, in my eyes, is safe because I don't think we have the volatility, the drive to reverse this entire price run from Monday. Okay, so if that's the case, I don't want to go against that weekly narrative in terms of bias. It doesn't mean I can't short today, but it means I don't expect Monday's low. So my eyes naturally, in terms of order flow for the week, is higher. I'm expecting it to trade higher. Now, where can we potentially trade? There are a couple things. So ES has already taken out previous week's high. And I thought I marked this out, but I guess I didn't. ES has taken out previous week's high already, but NASDAQ has not. So we have an SMT there. So what does that mean? Now, if I was bearish, right, I would anticipate that SMT to deliver lower prices. And right now, it may deliver lower prices. For example, we may run on the sell side here. That's possible, okay? But if I'm bullish and we have that SMT, instead what I want to see is I want to see a discount offered, whether we take the low. And in fact, I probably want to see the low taken because this range is not that much. I'd want to see sell side taken and then a run to buy side. I want to see NQ and I want to see YM catch up, okay? Now this narrative fits if we reject this 4-hour bearish fair value gap on dollar. If dollar starts doing stuff like this, then we may not see that run higher today. Now there's something else you have to keep in mind. We have back-to-back early closes tomorrow, tomorrow and Friday. Today is not going to be that expansive, you know? So what does that mean? If I see something like this, this is probably the only scenario I would look to trade today. If we take sell side and go higher. Same thing on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's on the right side chart. If you guys want to see the NASDAQ chart, I recommend you switch to YouTube or move your phone sideways. So today I'm looking for a 6 sister model, and that's it. If I'm going to execute on my live account, by the way, I don't have any of my fundeds open because they're waiting for a payout. I have an eval open here, and I may get another eval. In fact, I want to do that right now. We'll see. I have an eval open. I have my live account open, and that's what we're working with. So if I'm going to execute on a day like this on live stream, you know, not like paper, not for fun, it's going to have to be A+, which means I'm going to look for one singular thing. We have to run sell side. We have to run sell side and then show that we want to continue higher. I want to see NASDAQ take previous week's high. That's my target for today. Okay? That's my best case scenario target for today. For ES, 50% of the daily SIBI is my best case scenario target. That's it. That's the game plan. 6 sister approach for NASDAQ and YM. YM has previous week's high there as well. It's that alert line right there. This is the YM chart. At that same time, I'd want to see dollar respect this 4-hour fair value gap, and then everything else higher. So we're probably going to execute the micro NASDAQ today. Or sorry, like the NASDAQ today and just regularly. Because when you're trading 6s, that's what you want to do. So let's swap over here. Switch over to the NASDAQ. Drop down to a 1-minute chart. You can see we're working in quite a bit of levels here. Right? We have the sell side over here. We have the new week opening gap low November 9th. So we can definitely work into that. So that's the game plan. And like I said, today is going to be a very low probability day. So I'm only looking for one singular thing. It has to be sell side taken. It doesn't have to be the lowest low. It can be any of these lows as well. So if we get something like this, I'll take that long. Right. I'm going to quickly look at the economic calendar because I forget. I like the standard personally. The payouts are a lot easier. Nothing really important today. Yeah, no news pretty much. Okay. So we're going to mark out the opening range gap. So I actually like a potential short here going into open, like in the first 30 minutes. Because of the opening range gap, because of the sell side, I kind of want to see something along those lines. I know this is kind of messy, but just bear with me. The buy side's already right there. If we get something like this, I may short that, targeting like the sell side here. Low-hanging fruit, easy objective. For now, we'll just watch this fair value gap. Like, I am bullish. I wouldn't take that short on my live account, but for an eval, I think that's a good idea. Okay, there's buy side. That's good. Inside that old new week opening gap, by the way. There is no buys today. Like, this whole week, there's no buys. I think Nasdaq can reach previous week's high today. So I have an idea. We'll just have to see if it makes sense. Someone said, why is it low probability today? Because the next 2 days are holidays. So, in generally speaking, there's not much participation, I guess you can say. That's exactly Jim's. Friday school, I believe, is 1 p.m. Eastern time. But London lows are manipulated. We're already manipulated by rate 30 news. So normally yes, but because this, like, I wouldn't really classify this as a displacement. Like, you're technically right, and what I normally do is I would look for one standard deviation of that, which is here, and then you have 1.5. So we don't have to take these lows. We don't have to take those. I just have them labeled. But I do want to see some sort of discount offered, because obviously if I'm going to go long, it's not going to be anywhere here, right? It'd have to be, maybe after this low is taken, maybe even just this low, maybe even just this 930 low. Like, I need to see some measure of sell side. Simple. Sit on my hands. Yeah, good idea. Pre-market sell. Yeah, pre-market sell side may not get taken, but it's possible. I think, in fact, I'm gonna remove it as an annotation. I don't need that either. We can just look at true day open and then the opening range gap quadrants. This might just trend the entire day all the way to previous week's high. It's possible. We'll let it do its thing. Should I buy the essential or premium? I mean, if you have the 80%, you might as well get the premium, I feel like, but it's up to you. How many contracts of NASDAQ do you usually buy? I usually start with, well, recently, like, it depends on the candle. Like, see this candle right here? 40 points. So if I entered, like, here, my stop loss is here, that's a 50-point stop loss. That's $100 per micro. So usually I enter one or two and then I add, but it depends on the stop loss placement. You know? Depends on the stop loss placement. I have premium. I just got it recently, actually. I was waiting for Black Friday all year. Because last year I didn't have that much money. Um, What someone asked a good question. What do you advise someone who? What do you advise someone like me who has enough knowledge and applying them but not profitable? This is the perfect question because this question happens all the time. It's not knowledge that's holding you back. It's not the knowledge, my brother. You don't need to learn anything more. You don't need to. You don't need more information. You don't need more videos. You don't need more ICT. You can, and it may or may not help, but it's not gonna give you the results you're looking for, in my opinion, because I went through the same thing. I don't know if anyone can relate, but even I still do this nowadays, but it doesn't affect me nowadays because I know what I'm looking for now. But whenever I lose streak, or even just lose, I used to always just go watch more ICT, thinking like I'd find something. If we're really bullish, we get above this high, and then I probably not expect us to come back. YN just took previous week's high. Interesting. It's all you, brother. It's all you. I eat food when I lose. I don't know if that's healthy, but maybe you're good. I don't know. Volume imbalance in there. We'll see if that keeps price at bay while we can potentially run the sell side. Right, so just narrative building here. I wouldn't be too amazed of anything. Dollar is kind of rejecting what I wanted to, but it's not really forming. It's pretty not that clean right now. Loon sheets cause confidence issues as long as I'm in my head. Yeah, I feel you, Cody. You about to hit Burger King? Yeah, I feel you. But if you win streak, then you get somewhere nice. A lot. It's going to 25309, 253, possibly. Yeah, worst previous week's high. I think even higher potentially. But full point long right now, no. Although where are my buy buttons? I have an eval open here, and I want to pass or fail today. So we're gonna full port. It doesn't need much more. It only needs 800. So really, I only need like, let's just say hypothetically, we did something like this. We wouldn't even need that much. Hold on. Let's just say we got to previous week's high. How many micros would do that? 800? 4 micros could do that. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on this trade, Loki? This passes my account, Loki. It's actually not a bad idea. It's actually not a bad idea at all. Because I only need 800. I need 820. Oh wait, how much can I risk? Let me see. Like genuinely, I might look like something. I mean, yo, if I lose an eval because I lost a point, bro, where is the stop loss even? This shit is at almost yesterday's open. Yo, that would be crazy if we went all the way down there. That'd be funny actually. Um, but I don't want to aim for previous week's high. If we can just get something like this, 53 points. Hold on, let's just wait for this. Let's just trade normally, bro. I don't even care. Okay, we're gonna wait for sell side. I like this aggressive move. What is trade Zella? Okay, listen, let me tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you guys something. You ready? Trade Zella. I don't even get a commission unless you use my link, but I'm not even here to get that. I genuinely don't care. I genuinely just want to see you guys do good. Trade Zella is so freaking clean. Okay? I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully it like switches over. They have journaling. You can go into every single day and you can journal. Every single day you can put images in here, you can type, it automatically syncs everything. They also give you insights. So look at this shit. It's goated. Let's say you had a bad day. Okay, these accounts haven't had a bad day. This is a bad example. Not all my accounts are here. Is this here? Okay, this is a bad example. But they give you like automatic insights on your journal. There's also backtesting. You can go back and you can backtest, and it's really freaking smooth. Like it's the easiest. It's honestly the best backtesting out there. You can skip to the day. It's basically Forex replay, but just a little bit better because there's more features that help you. They have 25% off. It's never, ever, ever gonna have a discount like this ever again. It's literally once a year. So it's for backtesting and journaling. And it's cheap. It's not even, it's way more cheap than any eval. So yeah, you can do seconds backtesting. So I recommend you click the link in my bio and you use code BF. That's their Black Friday. It's not mine. It's not my code. Um, and I would get trades. Are you taking a trade today? I have my evals open. I use Ultra Trader to journal. What do you think about? I've never looked at that, but if you pay for that, I would recommend canceling and get TradeZella because it has. Listen, I just simply want you guys to invest in your trading. Not all of you, but I'm talking. When I say all of you, I'm talking to the people who like, they message me on Discord, they ask me for help. Like, that's what you got to do. Any profits out there will do Black Friday sales. There's a bunch. Take Profit has one. Apex has one. Alpha Futures has one. To be honest, those are the only ones I follow. So there might be others. I just realized. But so this is bearish fair value gap first presentation. I think we'll keep this annotated. Yeah, it does come with TradeAvate live data. Every prop firm that has TradingView or TradeAvate, sorry, will come with live data. So we took buy side. We got a market structure shift, fair value gap. This is 2022 model. What could you target if this is your 2022 model? Again, I'm not trading this. Your stop loss would have to be here. Your objective would be, somewhere here. You aim for, I guess, sell side here. I don't know. It's not the best risk reward for 2022. But we'll just watch price deliver inside the city. It could get real choppy in here. Possible that we just all of a sudden start doing, pretty much nothing. Very possible. I'm gonna remove this new week opening gap. I don't really need this right now. So it definitely could deliver lower, but it also could be sloppy. So again, we're waiting. I'm waiting for that one singular idea that I said I would wait for, and that is sell side being taken. And we did take out this low, but I kind of want to see these equal lows here. Dollar is rejecting off of that 4 hour, so I am definitely bullish. Yo, YM is gone. YM is gone. Oh my. YM always does shit like this. Just like prints in one direction after 9:30. Um, I'm English. Don't really understand your American bank holidays around Thanksgiving. Do you have any reason to expect today to be more rangy than usual? Yes, because tomorrow is a bank holiday, which means there's probably just less participation. Like, think about it like this: if you were trading with big money, you're probably gonna go on vacation the next 2 days. Oh, I also have these. I have these take profit evals that need like a little bit of money. It's the fifth day. Would it mean people want to close their positions also though? Yeah, it could mean that. Like if they were holding through the week. But generally speaking, like a lot of people just take a vacation this week. They go back, they see family. Like I'm not saying that's necessarily influencing the market, but the market definitely knows that it's a holiday week. It's not really like I guess you can say a real, not say a real trading week. Obviously, it's a real trading week, but trading on Black Friday. I'm gonna be live the next 2 days, but I will not be trading. I will be tape reading or paper trading if people want. If people want me to full port an eval just for fun, I'll do it. But I will definitely not have my live account open. Even today, I don't think I'll execute the live account. I'll probably just eval today because unless there's that one narrative and it forms really clean, like 950 macro, we take sell side, SMT, true day open, nice breaker. Sure. What do you mean if people? Yeah, exactly. What do you think about 916 long TP at the high? 916 inside the fair value gap. Yeah, I mean it's the fair value gap market structure shift after taking sell side. It's not a bad trade. You got ideas for Christmas gifts for family? I'm just taking my girl shopping. Nah, too confusing for me. Just want to watch for my model between 10 to 11 a.m. and see if it appears. Listen, I think at the end of the day, if you can figure out, well, you said family, right? Like family, you mean as in, I don't know. Honestly, I'm spending a lot of money this next month, guys. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm going to New York for a week, and New York in December is no joke. It's no joke at all. Um, and it's Christmas, and it's my birthday, December 9th, and it's my anniversary, December 4th. Yeah, we're cooked. We're cooked. It's wrapped. Last payouts all getting wiped. Gift them an Alpha Feeders account with Code Caddy. So we find some support here after taking this low. How many contracts do you usually put on a trade? I'm trying to get funded for not much of breathing. It's difficult to it's different every time. I'm not worried about how many contracts. Usually, on average, on the micro Nasdaq, recently this last month, anywhere from like 1 to 4. I try to build the position up. If I start with 1 or 2, I try to build it towards 4, for example. It hasn't been happening that much recently, though. I haven't been doing the best job, but I haven't been doing the best job for that. It's not a good time to trade right now. Just wondering why you. Guy. Is it not a good time to trade right now? Yeah, it's not the best time because it's a holiday week. The next 2 days are holidays, so are we bearish? Personally, I want to see up here, but do you celebrate Christmas? Like, not religiously, but I give gifts and stuff, you know? Simulation is done to not taking the pre-market low. Yeah, I don't think pre-market will get taken. I wanted these lows, but I don't think we'll get those either. I feel like 930 is low, and it just goes up from now. Gatie, what's your name? My real name's Gatie. Gatie, let's all long right now and fund your December antics. What are we thinking, guys? Something like this? I really just don't see this trade failing, though. That's the thing. Like, we could even fill opening range gap 100%. Because 300 times 2 is 600, and 600 times 4. So I could have a 300 point stop loss. Like, this would pass my account. Like, is that the method? Is that the method? It just might be the method. Okay, these take profit accounts pretty easily. Anyways, take loss stop profit. TP hit on YM. YM hit previous week's high. Yeah. Look at dollar, guys. Wow, that beautiful react. That's exactly what I was looking for, man. That's exactly what I wanted on dollar. It actually flipped the entire daily candle. I'm surprised Nasdaq's not pumping through the roof. Well, I guess it kind of is. Might be a tricky one to navigate. Both shorts and longs could be justifiable. For me, it's definitely not short. Like shorts to the lows, but only to move higher. You know, not actual sell side delivery. Like I don't think the real move will be lower today. I really just don't see that happening because it doesn't align with the weekly power of three. Dollar's bearish. YM's insanely bullish, and we have a 6-6 setup. So S&P at highs. There is currently one. Yeah, I want to see that get breaking though. Dollars DXY. Yeah. Chance we can take. I don't know. We didn't take buy side yet. We took London highs. Just no, not this high right here. If that's what you mean. If that's what you mean, then yes, you're correct. Mm, let's hang out someday. Maybe, bro. Honestly, maybe. Right, do you live in New York by any chance? How does unemployment affect New York Open? It just injects some volatility. I don't expect anything crazy to happen. What account do you recommend on Alpha? I personally like the standard, but if you're still trying to get your first couple payouts, get the zero account. It's just the cheapest one. I'm not looking for shorts. Can I eat with you? What does that even mean? I've been training ICT for 2 years. How tall are you? I'm 5'11". The volume's low? It's low, yeah. I mean, on NASDAQ, it's low. ES is doing very good. Look, ES is almost at our daily target. Remember we talked about that 50% of the CB? YM hit our target. Dollars at our target. NASDAQ's a little bit behind. But it'll do its thing. I can post a video about backtesting. Yeah, the zero has no activation fee on the zero. Here's the high. ES reached 50% of the daily civvy. Very good, MNY. Good match. Okay, cool. I think today it's done for. It may be done for today, yeah, to be honest. It's very possible. If you use code Gaddy, you get 25% off BFC. If you use code Gaddy. Yes, code Gaddy will give you 25% off Alpha Futures, if that's what you're asking. This could spark the run towards sell side. Market structure shift. I think sell side is definitely in question. Do you have any stock? I have Nvidia stock, and I'm currently keep building and continuously building into that position. If you use code, yes, if you want to use my code for Alpha Futures, they do have 25% off. Turtle Sloop would be like selling it as soon as it takes this high, like just selling it, you know. Hey Gaddy, I'm buying TradeZilla. What does second speed and backtesting trade replay? I just want to backtest my model. Second speed means that you can test on the seconds chart. Like you can watch see how the candle's printing second by second right now. It just keeps ticking second by second. You can do that on TradeZilla too. You know, it doesn't have to be just skipping candles. Palantir, I've already made a lot of money from Palantir. Palantir's risky in my opinion. For me, it's risky. What's it at right now? Ooh, 150 would have been a really good buy. I ain't gonna lie. Palantir's risky for me because it's really valued at how much money it can make, not how much money it's really been making. You know, which is fine. Like all the best stocks that ended up performing were that happened to them. You know, like they were valued at how much. So I like to play it safe. I've traded Palantir many times. I've taken Palantir trades. So it's not like I'm against. Don't think I'm like against Palantir or something. But I I'm playing it more safe right now. Meta could be a nice buy. I think that was what you're saying. Palantir could also be a nice buy right now. Yeah, I mean now it looks good. Meta could be a nice buy in here. There's a really good upside potential. 25. Um, Google's too gone. Good, JJ. JJ, you back, bro? Don't tell me you're trading today. Of all the days you want to come back and trade. Early loss? Defi, I like you, bro. You can message me on Discord. I feel like I want to help you if you want my help. Can you make a YouTube video on how you trade stocks? Yeah, yeah, I might as well just give out my stock model completely. I'll do it. That'll be my Christmas gift for you guys. How to trade stocks 2026. Is your strategy the ICT 2023 method? No. NQ sell, got in. Thanks, I've been trying to learn. Got you, brother. And trade replay means you go back to your trades that you have already placed on your emails. Yeah, you can go back and like see the trades you took and study them. Listen, guys, get TradeZella. If you buy evals and you don't trade TradeZella, you don't have TradeZella, keep playing Six Sister. Six Sister is like, it's literally as simple as this. When you see a bearish S&T, but you're bullish, whatever one is weaker, expect it to deliver that target, you know? So for me, it was like YM and NASDAQ because we had taken previous week's high on ES, but not on YM and NASDAQ. So what did YM do? It very quickly, aggressively ran to previous week's high. Why? It's syncing up the market, I guess you can say. So it just ran up quickly, took previous week's high, and now it looks like we're going lower. Or we're just staying consolidation. You're not trading today? I have an eval open, but it doesn't look like we will. I don't know. If I'm being honest. Like, I don't want to not trade in front of you guys, but you got to be smarter, you know? So what I'd watch here is watch the sell side. And again, the only thing I would really want to take is, again, something like this. We take sell side and expand higher. Then we can target the buy side here. That's really the only thing I see being high probability. You can enter off first representation, inversion, retest. What's YN? Not YN, YM. Good idea to short at 937. I wouldn't have. There's a lot of reasons to not. One, ES really bullish, YM really bullish, dollar really bearish. So you're really counter trend. Also, in my opinion, in general, we're just bullish right now. So like, not only are the other indices against you, you're also just against the overall bias. You know, it's not the kind of trade that's high probability. Could it have went down to sell side? Yeah, it could have. It definitely could have. But why take that trade, you know, when everything is pointing higher? It's better to just sit there and wait for higher, you know? That's how I like to trade. If I'm bullish, only very rarely I'll sit there and take a short and be like, okay, let's look for this. I'm bullish. I'll just sit here and wait for my long, you know? I don't have to I don't have to be a part of every move. If I have a very clear narrative, dollars rejecting the 4-hour, we have previous week's high open, ES bullish, YM bullish. Why the hell am I taking a short? Might as well just sit there and wait. My sell side, I'd be looking at these lows. This, I'll make it a thick red line there. Make it simple. Look how ES rejected off the 50% of the daily bearish fair value gap. Literally one tick. Just one tick into that daily target that I had and just... You have code for TradeZella? I do have a code. But listen, don't use my code because my code's 20% and you can get 25%. But if you want to support me, you can use my link when you sign up. So use code BF. BF standing for Black Friday. Okay? Don't use my code. Use code BF. 25% off. Because my code's only 20%. But if you want to support me, you can use my link. So click this link or the one in the bio, the description. Yeah, Top Step is down right now. It just went down for me. Yeah, my product text just went down. I just saw it too. So there's true day open. There's sell side, almost 50% opening range gap. This could potentially give us the long I'm looking for. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, if Project X is bugging out, they might give you a free win, guys. I'm gonna be honest. They might give you a free win. Project X is weird platform. I don't know. 350K alphas. Did you use my code, bro? Oh wait, yeah, you met. No, you didn't message me. I'll add you to the giveaway. I'm thinking of buying TradeZella, but I haven't passed an eval yet. Yes. Perfect. Do not buy an eval. Buy TradeZella first. Your confidence is gonna go up. Your skills are gonna go up. Your discipline, everything's gonna increase. What's the point of TradeZella? To prepare you for the market. What's the difference between pro and basic? Okay, I'll tell you guys if you should get pro or basic. First of all, the difference is not that much, so it's honestly pro is a lot better, but I'll tell you how you can get away with getting the basic, okay? If you only gonna trade with one account, one eval or one funded, then you can get away with the basic, okay? Now I'm gonna be honest, you gotta get pro because the thing is, the back testing, you get seconds. I don't think you guys realize how good that is. I don't think you guys realize. Let me show you guys. Let me just show you guys. Listen, let me show you guys why you gotta get pro. Yeah, Project X bugging, bro. This shit's been happening. It's worth it. I'm gonna show you why, guys. Just give me 5 seconds of your time. Just give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna show you why it's so good. Okay. When you get pro, okay. When you get pro, you can watch the seconds. You can watch them. Look, I'm gonna switch this to 1 second, and I can watch the candles print. Even if I go to what? Look, it's like live market. Let's make this on 2x. It's like live market. This is a bank holiday. That's why it's so slow. Let me go to the next day. Look, you can watch the candles print. It's literally live trading at this point. Like you're literally trading live. There's, you know, those people who say like, "Oh, backtesting's not real." Okay, sure, there's no emotional. Okay, it's like there's no as much emotion involved because, but it's not like you're just skipping the candles like this and saying, "Oh, let me see what happens." No, you can literally sit there, and if you want to do it properly, which you should, no, it's not pointless because this is exactly how it's gonna look in real markets. If you're just skipping the candles, bro, no one trades like this. No one's like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna click buy here and I'm gonna put my stop loss and I'm gonna put my take profit. Okay, let's see what happens." Bro, who the hell trades like that? No one trades like that. That's you're not even getting a real interpretation of how you trade. But if you sit there, I'm not saying you have to do 1 second. Maybe you want to get away with 10 seconds, you know? And you watch it print that way. Like you can see still the candle kind of form. Like this is the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it. So get 25% off. If you want to support me, use my link. I don't get a commission. At least I don't think so. Because it's not my code. But I could be wrong. And maybe we'll take an eval long here. I would need to see the CISD though. Is there one on the 30-second? It's weak. There is a breaker in there. Something like this could be nice. Watch this fair value gap. On the 15-second chart, you'll see a very nice breaker right here. So we're on the 15-second chart. I'm outlining this potential setup. Remove all this stuff. I don't need all that. I'll just keep 50% marked out. So true day open plus the sell side all the way over there. Let's just mark this sell side out. Bullish fair value gap plus the breaker. I'm not going to sit here and say I would take this, but it's definitely something worth studying. 15-second breaker and 15-second fair value gap. Now, where I may get in is if we can get a break above the high. So just watch it print, delivers to the low of the breaker. Let's mark out this fair value gap here. If you want to be a sniper kind of guy, something like this could give you a lot of risk to reward. He'll just watch this on the 15-second chart for now. 12 steps down, yeah. I can't even execute the eval. So lame. I don't even have another account. Is it still down? Yeah, top step down. I literally can't even trade the eval, even if I wanted to. We'll just watch. It's okay. No, not on ES today because Six Sister model is the idea. Um, if we get a closure above here, you could buy that. For now, we just watch. We also could get something like this. Well, that would be okay too. Is there a major flaw in the Alpha Zero account to watch out for? It's the honestly the best beginner account there is. There is no main flaw. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's one of the best prop firm accounts. It's not. It's one of the best beginner prop firm accounts because of how cheap it is. Um, it's not because the payouts are gonna be smaller. That's what it is. That's basically what it is. It's gonna be smaller. Um, but it's gonna be really easy payouts. Like you're gonna get paid if you get funded with alpha futures. You're gonna get paid. Like there's a pretty good chance, unless you fully tilt and blow your account, you're gonna get paid. You just have to trust the process. Trust me. Surely we get 10 free evals. I wouldn't mind suspension blocking here. I'm just gonna put plus sus. Suppose we can buy this on the trading view paper too. Yo, we're just down bad, bro. We can't even do shit. We can do nothing. Can't even take a paper trade. Can't even take a paper trade. Your project X is down. If you don't click refresh, bro, mine is down. Can't execute my eval, but it's all good. We passed the take profit account, so um, it's all good, man. Yeah, I'm hoping there's be like a great, like imagine like 50%. Oh shit, there it is. Paper trade. 15-second chart entry, fun stuff. Off the breaker right here, order block. This should act as support right here. You can watch the magic happen. How long did you go down for, bro? I don't know. Fuck those guys, bro. I actually have no idea where we are on the 1 minute chart. I'm gonna move out here. Oh, cool. It actually looks pretty good on the 1 minute chart. So this is a balanced price range. Why? Because we delivered down through it. So sell side delivered efficiently, and then buy side delivered efficiently. Now that we leave it, BPR should be really strong in holding price. I'm gonna put the stop loss somewhere random, like here. And this is a paper trade, but I actually do really like how this trade's looking right now. Um, this is a 15-second chart. Why is trading view being laggy too, bro? I can't edit this line. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Check M5. I'm gonna just stay on the 15-second chart. It looks cool. That stuff's not working for me either. Oh, we took out the highs here. So we did enter premium. We took out those highs. So if we're wrong, makes sense that it's going lower now. Why longs? I don't know. This is paper. And why longs? Anticipating potentially a run to previous week's high. Why don't you enter sell after 1 minute liquidation? I don't know. Why didn't you? I can't wait. Move to live. Tired of this BS, bro. You're gonna love it, Ryan. Honestly, you're gonna love it, bro. I'm switching from Alpha Capital Group. Whoa, whoa. Normal to Alpha Futures. Can you please explain the difference between lot sizes and micros? Okay. Simply put, 1 point of movement. So 1 point slash one handle, 4 ticks, all the same stuff. Each point, see how it says 2, 3, 5, and it goes 2, 3, 6, 2, 3, 7. Okay? That's all $2. Each time it moves 1 point, that's $2. So you're going to use that math to calculate your risk and calculate your profit target and whatever stuff. Does that make sense? Top step, yeah. I can't trade my top step, so why is top step X number? I got big boop. You got an email from top step? I didn't get no email. Listen, I'm telling you guys, bro. They're gonna make a new Project X that's better than this shit, bro. Bro, why does this shit always go down prime time? Like 9:50 macro, 10 a.m. You know? Never goes down at like freaking 4 p.m., 3:50. It's always 9:30 open. I don't like Lucid's rules personally. I think they're pretty bad. Will you be trading on December, and what do you think of December? I will be trading December. There's gonna be a lot of days. It's gonna be a bunch of safety protocol days, just like this whole week. See how I traded this week? Every day was safety protocol, and every day was no daily buys, just intraday objectives. Easy, low hanging fruit. Um, you know, like for example, if you enter long here, you don't put your take profit here. Put your take profit right here. You just aim for something low and easy. Premium highs. You don't have to get the best case scenario objective. Or you aim for something less, like see this fair value gap right here? You don't have to get this high. You can cover this fair value gap. For example, right? That's safety protocol measures. You trading NQ, yeah, but this is a paper trade. Not that it means it's a bad trade, but just want you guys to know I didn't want to risk my live account funds. I got an email that I blew my account, can't log in. Well, shit. That's not good. Hopefully they can reimburse you somehow. Top steps down, yeah. Like Top Step had the audacity to have the most crash outs for any platform, and they still cut everyone off. They'll probably give us something though. Like I don't know why I said us. Like I'm being affected by it right now, but they'll probably give something, right? They usually do. With other firms, you listen. You gotta hop on Alpha Futures, bro. You gotta hop on Alpha Futures. Make your money from Alpha and then leave them. You want them to pass your eval for you, bro? I don't think that's gonna happen. If you do use my code, let me know on Discord so I can add you into a giveaway. I will switch to futures next week. I'm a trader who knows what he's doing. I've had payouts before, not consistently, but I know what I'm doing. What is the advice? What is the Alpha Futures account you advise me to get? I would start off. Okay, if you have the money, just get the standard because you're gonna have a very easy time getting a payout, and it can also be a pretty large payout. Um, but if you don't have the most money, I would recommend you get um the zero account and then build up from there. 750 live. Honestly, I've been doing not so good recently. I think, but again, it's not my main goal to get viewers. So they do have a 40% off. Who has 40% off? How does Apex work with payout? They don't have the best payout structure. I'm gonna be honest. Let me swap time frames. See what's going on here. It looks like we got a silver bullet idea higher. I'm gonna just put my TP here, and I'm gonna put my stop. Watch this on the 5-minute chart. Remove all annotations. This is not how I really would trade this. I wouldn't even really trade this because there isn't even a CISD on the 1 minute. So, but for simplicity's sake, we can just watch it. This looks like a pretty good silver bullet setup, if I'm being honest. If anyone entered short off of the, let's go study that. What's in here? It would be this inversion. So 5 minute, like for me in my model, the 5 minute SIBI, M5 SIBI, and you have the 1 minute inversion. So silver bullet idea. But it's also not that clear. I see the bullish fair value gap in here too. So I don't know what's wrong with top step. You're asking the wrong juice step. That was actually funny. I sorted at 25244 with 6 minis. Damn, 6 minis. Yo, bro, you gotta go. Bro, you go against your own words. KMT. Me? My stop is break even at the high. Nice. You got break even in your stops here. That's crazy. That's so good. So I should get standard. Yeah, money is no problem. I would do standard. You'll have a very nice time getting payouts. I think top step's down. Yeah. So yeah, I would do that. Bailey Perry. That's exactly what I would do. I think once you can pass the eval, you'll find that the payouts are really easy compared to most firms. In your video, you said you can risk 500 and target 3,000. Yeah, you're talking about my what's it called? My eval video. Can you explain a little bit on Silver Bullet? It's really simple. It's really, really simple. Silver Bullet forms every day, whether in AM or PM session. Mark out 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay? It's really good. It's really good. Everyone should at least know what it is. Okay? Silver Bullet is simply, okay, one, you need to have an objective. You need to. Okay? Let's just say for the premise of this example, our objective was this low. Okay? You don't have to take profits here, but this is the objective. This blue line, that's your objective for the hour from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay? So that's step one. Step two is the time, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Now that you have an objective and you know the time, why are you spamming my chat? Why top step? Why are you asking me? Go spam them, bro. Okay. So let's say that's the silver bullet. All you have to do is wait for 10 a.m. and wait for price to trade into a bearish fair value gap. For example, right here. Now, normally, listen closely. Normally, if 930 manipulates and breaks down, and you have that target, a 5-minute chart, 3-minute chart will suffice. You'll notice a 3-minute fair value gap here. You gotta scan them though. You also don't want to be like silly about it, you know? Don't enter on this one right here. Don't enter right here as soon as 10 a.m. hits and be like, silver bullet. Okay, that's sure it is, but that's a terrible. Whoops. That's a terrible entry, right? You would never take this one all the way down here. You still want to offer a good enough price run. So you wait for potentially the 5-minute, or maybe there's a 4-minute. And you simply just enter on the fair value gap and you target whatever you want to target. 2R, 1R, maybe you want to target the actual target. Maybe you want to target 15 points, 20 points, etc., etc. You get me? That's silver bullet. Very simple. You can do it in AM session and PM session. Why buy? Initially, I was looking for a run to previous week's high today. But this is, I didn't take this on any of my accounts. I couldn't even take it on the eval if I wanted to. The eval I have was with Top Step, so. Apex needs a buffer, yes. Silver bullet, it's shit, bro. I promise you, you have not even tested it. Not nearly as much as me, at least. Can you please place the bottom title bar on some other place so we can see the time of the candlesticks? Wait, is that YouTube or TikTok? I can do my best to fix that, yes. This is a 1-minute chart, though. So you can see here, if it says top 1 minute, then you know each candle is 1 minute. How does a monthly activate? So once you pass the account barely, then you don't have to pay anymore. Okay, that's how it works. Once you pass, you no longer have to pay. Such an emotional day. Went from $150 profit to losing 250 FOMO since I'm close to passing the eval. That would happen. That happens to most people. Listen, go. I would bet if you guys go back to your losses or days that you have multiple losses, you'll probably notice that they're mostly in consolidations. You'll just normally see that. You trade Silver Bullet? No, I don't. But I have back tested it, and I use it more as a confluence. Going long right now. I mean, I'm already in one paper trade long. I do have an account with them. Yeah. Is passing reaching the max profit? If not, what is it? It is. Yeah, that's what you gotta. You gotta reach the profit target. I trade the power 3. Yes. Is it working right now? I don't know. Let me check. I'm not in their Discord. Can you send me a link to their Discord? You'll notice most of your losses, like the market's just going sideways. My canvas color there. Pre-market liquidity is all we're getting. Look at YM, bro. YM gave us everything. Look at YM and ES, though. They gave us everything, bro. Everything I could have asked for. ES hit 50% daily SIBI. YM hit previous week's high, now consolidating. That blue line is previous week's high, right? Is it? Yeah. That blue line's previous week's high. And it hit 50% of the daily SIBI, too. Look at that, man. It's looking beautiful. ES hit all our targets. Look at that reaction off 50%. It's beautiful. NQ hit some targets too, though. Can't leave it out. It took out buy side. Took out buy side. Give you one more pass higher. It did its business. Where's way? Oh, my NQZ. Right down there. Market close tomorrow. It's early close tomorrow. What do you think of Goat Funded? I've never really looked at them. Have you looked into time cycles? Not really, if I'm being honest. It's mostly just power of 3 in my opinion, and that's what I trade. So how does your top step work? Mine doesn't. I think market closes at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Listen, I've been trading for 2 years and I can't seem to make profits. I'm getting desperate. What can I do? Power of 3, yes. Okay, my first question to you is, do you have a system? I don't have a trade dollar template. Does someone? What is that? Why does everyone keep asking me that question? Why alpha more expensive? The payouts are a lot easier. Also, it's not that. It's really not really more expensive. In fact, it's probably more cheap than others. But payouts are so easy. The payouts are the easiest. What trades out a template? This stuff? You mean like this in the notebook tab? Notebook? For daily journal or all notes? For like for this? Oh, like the add template? Wait, I have this. Recently used template. Daily journal? Ooh, I do have one. Do you want this? I don't know if you want this. I don't know how to even share it with you. Oh, so you can make a daily journal. I get you. I get you. So then, oh, is that why I had the stuff there? Oh, that's what it was. I was so curious. I couldn't see the journal. Cool. I don't normally do it like that. What's debut? They be adding stuff in here. Playbooks? You can add your own playbooks in here. Template for playbooks. It's goated, bro. It's just goated. I'm gonna be honest. And this isn't even in backtest, bro. Oh my god. There's a lot of stuff in here. What the hell? Don't trust this shit though, guys. Like this is like no trades. 88% win rate. Don't trust any of that shit. Don't trust it. Wait, this is taking the piss with TopStep. Yeah, I guess a lot of people use TopStep, huh? I've never traded with futures and you're helping me out very much. Thank you. One more question. Can you please explain consistency rule? Okay. I'm gonna make it very simple for you, Bailey. Very simple. What's your alpha code? It's just Gatie. Literally just my name. Appreciate you. 50% of 3K is 1.5K, so your best trade day can't be above 1.5. Appreciate you, Sonu. You're my hero, bro. You're my hero. You guys will like alpha, man. Trust me. Once you guys realize how easy a payout is, I'm not saying you're gonna leave the other firms. I don't want you guys to leave the other firms. Because me personally, when I trade alpha, like I'm not going for big payouts. I'm going for easy payouts. You know? I just go for, if I'm eligible, I wait. Like I wait. Alpha has, well, if you use a zero plan, then it's 90% split. Advanced plan, 90% split. Standard plan, you have to work your way up to 90. It goes 70, 80, 90. Alpha has CFD2. Yeah, they do have Forex. Alpha's not available. Bammy, if depending on where you live, I would look at Blue Guardian futures. You might like them. I'm sorry, man. I'm just trying to figure out some stuff, okay? Message me on Discord, Bailey. I'll help you, bro. Message me on Discord. Came back to org 50. I still don't get the consistency, man. I need to hear it, not read it. Okay. It's the rule for consistency rule states you get 50% of your profits. It's not that you get 50% of your profits. It's that you can only request 50% of your profits. So the other 50% stays in the account. It's not like a split. This is a rejection block? Yeah, right here. So rejection block and then the low. Those are your last two PD arrays. Notice the rejection block though relies at 50% of opening range gap. Right. Anyways. Listen. Consistency rule. Everyone's so confused about it. Consistency rule states that your best trading day cannot be more than 40% of your total profit. That's the key that everyone for some reason forgets. It goes based off of your total profit, not your last trade. You don't have to calculate it every single day. Oh, am I consistent? That's not how it works. You calculate it based off of your total profit. Okay? Take your total profit and find 40% of that number. Okay? Once you have that number, that's what your best day can be. If you make more total profit, then it goes up. So let's say, for example, you made $10,000. 40% of 10,000 is 4,000. So as long as your best trading day is not 4,000, you're good. And by the way, if you break consistency rule, it's not a big deal because you just have to trade more. It's not gonna, yeah, you can even it. You can even it out. You don't have to follow it every single day. You know, I wasn't consistent on my alpha accounts until yesterday. I had to make 20 more bucks. They said I was 41%. Okay, I go make 20 more bucks. Now I'm consistent. Now I can take my payout. On Apex, maybe it is different on Apex. That would suck though. If it goes on biggest trade, that would suck. On Alpha, it's best trading day. So if I make only 500 my first day, I can only make 40% of 500. No, you don't calculate it every single day. You go based off your total profit. Okay? So if you take one trade and it's $500, well, you're 100% consistent because your best trade is your total profit. Now, let's say you made $1,000 and you one day was 500, second day 500. Now you're 50% consistent. The drawdown does not set to 0. No, it's going to stay, for me, it's going to be like, I don't know, 1,000 or something. 1,500. Somewhere in there. I don't even know. My TP was at 140. What am I getting at? I don't know why the consistency rule is so hard. I mean, I guess it was hard for me too at first. You don't calculate it every single day. That would be obnoxious. You don't have to follow it every single day. Genuinely, listen, guys, you just have to trade. You're gonna reach it without even realizing it. If you just trade normally. If you don't have any crazy over leveraged trades where you just randomly make like $2,000, you're good. The drawdown does not reset on alpha futures. I'm not trading today anymore. I don't think PM will move at all, no, to be honest. I don't even think AM session will move anymore. Or lunch. I think that's it. I think it's holiday season, boys. How does funding next 25K rapid payout work? Same thing. You need 40% consistency. For this taper, you move your SL from the order block. Yeah, you would move it here. This fair value gap, you can move it right there. Although it's been pretty sloppy, so maybe put it at the low. No, today's not a half day. Make sure every day your profit is relatively similar and you're good. Yeah, even if it's not even if it's like if you want the easiest payout, yeah. But a lot of people overthink it. Like they're like, oh, I made $600. Like I'm screwed. You're really not that screwed, you know. Like your trades should be consistent, anyways. Yeah, top step can be annoying with the project X sometimes. It happens. Do I have to pass an eval for the rapid account from fund to next? What? You have to pass? What type of question is that? Yeah, you have to pass, brother. If you want to get the funded, you don't have to like get the account. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're asking. But if you want the funded account, yes, you have to purchase it and pass. My first payout on Alpha, I have to trade another week and a bit because I cook by consistency. Yeah, my first payout, I didn't realize there was a news rule. And yeah, everything else was good after that. So realistically, I need to aim for the same amount per day. Thank you. No, you don't need to aim for the same amount every single day. That would be also very obnoxious. You just have to be 40% of your total profit. Your firm has 15% consistency? Oh, hell no, bro. That's tough. You're going to have to aim for this. If you have 15%, you're going to have to aim for the same amount every single day. But the person who asked about the order block, are you talking about this one? If I was in a real trade, the thing is I would have already been break even. So it's hard to answer that question. If you want to be safe and preserve your capital, yes, you move your stop loss right here. But I'm more in the purpose of just demonstrating a price run and talking to you guys. So this is paper, Grant. All my accounts are top steps down. My alpha futures are waiting for a payout. I passed all my evals, and I don't want to trade my live account on a holiday week. I didn't see the chart like this before. Can you talk about seasonal tendencies? What about them? Hated myself today. I went back to my roots. Was emotional AF. How do you deal with days like this? Went from 4,600 to 4,500. So you lost 240. What's your maximum loss limit myth? Like, what's the amount where you don't want to lose more than? Friday is a bank holiday. It's not a bank holiday, but it is a holiday and it is an early close. I don't think it's a bank holiday though. How long do alpha take to pay out? It's gonna be under 24 hours. For me, it usually takes like 6 to 8 hours. So usually I request that night and it'll come back the next morning. Please don't spam my chat. How much you risk on your 50K alpha? Anywhere from 100 to 150. Sometimes less, and I scale in. You know. Top step down. Yeah, is Friday a bank holiday? Yeah, no. What about top one futures? 25% consistency. That's pretty tough. That shit is not top one. I'll tell you that much. Top step getting me tight. What's the alpha vibe? Alpha's goaded. 100 to 150 on multiple accounts copy trade. Yep. So with alpha futures, I have 3 accounts. That's the max. Pair name. This is Nasdaq. What's your opinion on the new top step update? It's not bad. The old update's still there for people who prefer it, so it's pretty good. On my payout section on alpha, I can select my 0, but I have 45% consistency. Yes, they will deny it. You got to make a little bit more money. Not that much more. 45% is really close. You probably need like one more, not even good trade. Just like meh. Just one more meh trade and you should be fine. Why do you have TP at this level? That's my best case scenario. Your average R is like 1.2. It's okay, my average R is more because my losses are usually less. When I lose a trade, I don't lose 100 to 150. I usually lose around like right now. Let me show you. Right now, my R is like 2.5, but also usually it's even more than that because um, they're called like this week my R is 3.7 because my losses were really small, and although my wins are not that big, just my losses are really small. And usually I pyramid into my positions. So I may be risking $100, so one or two contracts to start the trade, but I may finish the trade with 3 or 4 micros. Therefore, my 2R winner is actually a 3R winner, and I don't have to aim for anything more. God, how do I become a PSL? God, like you, what's PSL? My TP is at best case scenario, -3 standard deviations above previous week's high on the Nasdaq. Can you explain quickly why you went long? Well, I was only looking for longs today. I feel like I made that pretty clear. We took out sell side. I literally said from the beginning I was looking for one setup only. Again, this is paper trade, but I was looking for one setup only. Sell side, and then a break higher. And that's what we got. We got sell side, and we got this break higher. Deep retracement, but we managed. And if you really want here, you should probably be break even. But again, I'm just demonstrating the price run. I'm not in this on any funds. I'm not risking anything. Doesn't make any difference to me if I'm right or wrong. Do some backtesting before you leave. We can do backtesting tomorrow if you want, like a proper backtesting stream. Uh, well, I generally need to have a one-on-one talk with you, man. I know it's probably frustrating seeing me mess all the time, man. Just message me on Discord, Bailey. I'll help you. My max limit balance is no. I'm talking about like your own. Cause Myth, I remember you were saying that you were frustrated. Also, note all the converging levels here. We have the fair value gap. We have the break here, and we have 0%, which is 9:30 open, all converging on that one point. Can you please do a backtest tomorrow and show us how we should be? Yes, I'll do a backtesting stream tomorrow. If you guys want to come watch me backtest tomorrow, I'll do a backtesting stream tomorrow. Since we won't be trading bank holidays, and again, my alpha accounts are waiting until the 28th. This is the 1 minute chart. Bro, I trade with ACG. I've had multiple. Just message me on Discord, Bailey. Just message me on Discord. What were you saying? Sorry, Myth. You were talking about you had a bad day, right? Because you lost a certain amount. So I'm asking you, what's the worst? Like, what's the most you want to lose in one trade? Like, what's your personal? Like for me, my maximum loss limit on my live account is 3%. If I go down 3% in one day, my Discord's free. I don't charge anything. My my loss limit is 3%. If I lose 3% in one day on my live account, it's closing the charts and I'm leaving. And I'm not trading again that day, no matter what. Hopefully, right? Obviously. That's my personal, like, that's a bad day. That's the worst it can get, 3%, right? Which is still recoupable. That's potentially one trade, maybe even half a trade. Trade probably going to play out? Maybe, I don't know. Do you think you can become a mentor for people who want to get into trading? Yeah, I definitely do think I could help a lot of people. Focus on R. Focus on RR or winning percentage. Neither, bro. I focus on good trading, and I make the most out of every trade and make the least out of my losers. I'm out. Pete. Take out Kilwan. Appreciate you. This trade just this trade wasn't the best in my opinion. No go stop loss placement. No, you're right. There was no good stop loss placement for this trade. That's why I said I would have broke even. Because if I took this trade, I would have had my stop here. I would have got in here, put my stop here to follow my model. There's CISD. So it would have been break even if I was trading this properly. But again, I'm just demonstrating my thoughts. Top set pays out if you blow after request. Do other firms do that? Wait, you can request a payout on Top Step, keep trading, and if you lose the money, they'll still pay you? That's not true. There's no way. That's just that's free money. So you can request 5K, go full port your 5K, And if you lose it, you're fine. You still get your 5K payout because they withdraw the payout immediately. Alright, bro. So what if the payout gets withdrawn immediately? Then okay, then it's not. That wouldn't work. They take out the money. Okay, yeah. Never mind. I don't think Top Step's gonna give us anything for this because they just came out with stuff. So folks about technical announcements. Oh, Myth, yeah, you gotta. Just Myth. I'm sure you have really good technicals, brother. But it's everything else that's gonna matter the most. 25K account. I would just say 2R. Like if you lose 2R in one day, why not break even? Again, this is not the reason I'm not touching anything in this trade is because I would have already broken even had I even taken this trade, which, by the way, I probably would never even taken this trade because we never even got the CISD here on this candle. I'm just demonstrating what I would be looking for today if I was trading. So this is paper. I'm not risking anything. If I lose, it doesn't matter. If I win, it doesn't matter. It's just for demonstration purposes. But like I said, my stop loss would be right here. 25184.5. And you can move it to this low right here. And if I was ultra aggressive, this low, which probably gets taken on this candle. What do I think about Fund Index in terms of all the accounts you never really talk about? They have really good accounts. I've talked about them a lot. It is true after they remove the funds, 5-minute test and inversion to buy side in macro. Possible, yeah, very possible. This inversion fair value gap, if it forms, could be nice as well. Yes, you can write off evals. There really is no consistency on ACD with toxic or so higher. Does anything think PA has been terrible since September? No, I personally don't think so. And I think it's different for everyone else. You can have a really bad month. Listen, there was one time where price action was really bad. For me, in my model. I mean, there was a lot of market times like this. Yet it was still one of my best months. I got like multiple payouts that month. And then at that moment, I realized it has nothing to do with how the market prints. It has literally nothing to do. Because it was literally one of the worst markets. I think it was September. For me, September was awful. But in terms of performance and reward, I did amazing. So at that moment, I immediately knew, like, yo, it literally does not matter what happens in price. It really just matters how much in the zone you are. I did something today that I never did before. You know me. I always hop in after taking trades and ask what you think. Today after FOMO, I joined and literally just copied you. This trade I took right here. Oh no. The market is closed tomorrow. Early close tomorrow. It's still open. What is your model? I trade the power of 3. I've messaged you. Cool. I've just sat here thinking when I will ever get good at. I'm just sat here thinking when will I ever get good at trading again. It's not the technicals, guys. I wish you guys could learn that lesson before you either quit or before it just drives you crazy. It's something you just have to realize on your own, maybe. But eventually, because I don't want to get wicked out. I don't want to have to wick out and then because if I move my stop here, then it soups and then it breaks higher. I have to re-enter, and then all of a sudden I have to do all this stuff just for a paper trade that I wouldn't even take to begin with. You know. I don't want to enter again. I just want to just watch the tape. You know, as if it's not even there. It's half day, so it's open till 1 p.m. Yes. Yeah. Realize that it has literally nothing to do with your technicals. You can be so shit at picking the right fair value gap, the right market structure shift, entering at the wrong time. Like, yes, that stuff will help you. It'll make it easier on you. But that's not what's going to make you profitable. It really is not. You can read it perfectly. Like, just take this in for a moment. You can read everything perfectly and still end up losing. So how are you going to focus on the technicals? It's not going to make any difference in the long run. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're right 99 times and wrong 1 time. If that 1 time you're wrong, you blow up. What does it matter the other 99 times? It means nothing. It means literally nothing. The only thing that matters, there's 2 things. 1, can you make more money when you're right compared to how much money you lose when you're wrong? That's 1. You don't have to be right every time. You just have to know when you're right and know when you're wrong sometimes. That way you can make more when you're right Make less when you're wrong. That's it. That's capital preservation. That's it. You just have to preserve your capital. That's one. And two, if things don't go your way, which is normal, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get wicked out, and it's going to go to your take profit. You're going to enter a trade, it's going to go straight down to your stop loss, and it's never going to come back. There's going to be trades where you're looking for a long, and you had a limit order, and then it just rips, and it doesn't go. There's going to be trades where you're about to click the buy button, but then you don't click it, and then it just goes, and then you FOMO in, and then it comes back and stops you. And you're like, damn it, I should have just left it. And there's going to be times where you click the buy button, and you're going to lose. All that stuff's going to happen to everyone. You cannot do anything about it. You have to allow yourself, you have to allow for that to happen. What matters is, after that stuff happens to you, are you going to be able to come back tomorrow and perform? Most people know. Even for me, I struggle with that. But that's the truth. That's what you have to be able to do. You asked me my daily return was more than $50 a day. I feel like 500 is too much. If I risk 2R a day, I think I would have passed already. So what's 1R for you? 125? I'm shorting right now. 15-minute market structure shift and 1-minute FEG. 15-minute market structure shift. Oh, this bearish one? Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I think it's going to maybe stay sideways, but I can see that. Is it reasonable to go long here? If it was me, I'd wait for something like this. Inside 1050 macro. Remember we talked about this fair value gap though? Again, like when you're in a trade, in a market like this, let me clear this up here. In fact, let's just remove everything. I was on the 15-second chart, if you guys remember. And I said specifically, I don't know who was here, but you don't need to aim for the best objective right here. You can aim for something simple like this, a fair value gap in premium, right? Not this fair value gap, for example. This one's in premium. That's what matters, for example, right? Again, this is just an example, but this is something you want to apply. Let's keep this on a 5-minute. Let's do a 2-minute chart. What's 2-minute looking like? Pretty clean. The OB in there. Is it really? Please click it. I need to complete write it out to drill this into my subconscious. I got more where that came from, bro. It's gonna be all in my book too. You know, like 1 hour is 250 and 2 hours 500. Oh, so you're risking you're risking 250 per trade? Okay, this is what I would do, Myth, personally. 25K account. It's my opinion. I would risk 125 per trade, and 250 is your max loss. For writing a book? And I already finished the book. I just gotta edit it. You lost $2,000 in resets because of this Top Step shit. I tilted. I'm gonna blow my shit smooth off right now. Don't do that, bro. How's that gonna help you or anyone? 250 max loss per day, 125 per trade. Max. You don't have to risk 125 if that's your max. You can do 125, 75, for example, or 100. You know, every little bit less counts. Yep, that's what I think is good, Myth. That way, worst case, you lose 2R. And by the way, Myth, so if you take a trade, risk 125, and then you lose, you don't have to risk 125 the next trade. You can go half, right? You can do 75, for example, right? And then build the position back up. That's how you recoup losses. You don't recoup losses by increasing your risk. You recoup losses by decreasing your risk and pyramiding into the position. You think the high is a good target? I think this is a good target, yeah. I mean, this high is the only objection. Your reason for stop loss. Again, this is a paper trade. The stop loss covers the low. The only reason the stop loss is here is because, like I said, I don't want to have to keep re-entering. The real way I would trade this is stop loss here at the OB. And let's say price came along and did this and then broke again. Well, then I'd have to re-enter. I would re-enter on that trade 1050 macro protraction model. That's my model, right? But I don't want to be doing all that. So I set my stop at the low, and I'm just here to watch the candles print. This is paper trading, right? This isn't even, I'm not on any of my accounts. Yeah, this would be my protraction model forming. Although it's, yeah, from the 2-minute gap, I guess. So you wait for the OB, which is right here. So if you wanted to, hypothetically, for purposes, we'll add a contract there and do something like this to show the. Can you show your TP? Okay, what I would aim for is here to partial here. If you don't have partial, take it all out, and I would leave a runner. The only reason I would leave a runner is because it's worth it. It's an 80-point runner. Would you de-risk on days like this if you were to take a trade? Yes, today would be a de-risk day. But also keep in mind, so it depends. It depends. So my actual rule, what does it state? My actual rule. The only actual rule I have on days like this is every trade has to be A+. Okay? That's the only rule I actually have. Sometimes I will de-risk, sometimes I won't. Depending on, the setup and what I'm feeling in the moment. 25361 is my best case scenario. How long have you traded? 2 years. Thanks for the good luck. Thank you. Just don't let yourself get taken down after taking one hit. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like I said, everyone always they have a bad day or they lose and they're like, oh man, this sucks. Like, why did I do this? What? You realize the bad day doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. Like, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew the bad day was coming. It's inevitable. You just can't let it affect you tomorrow. That's it. That's the only thing you actually have to do. You can't sit there and be like, oh man, I fucked up today. I broke my rules. I took a bad trade. I FOMO'd. I lost too much. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Put that in your journal. Reflect it. You don't have to beat yourself up about it because you knew it was gonna happen. That's like saying, oh, I know I'm gonna lose, or I know I'm gonna do something stupid, and then you do something stupid and you beat yourself up for it. But you knew it was gonna happen anyways. So what are you beating yourself up about? You knew it was inevitable to begin with. It was not something you could avoid. What you can avoid is beating yourself up about it, because beating yourself up makes it harder to come back, right? So you gotta stuff yourself up for the next day. ES does look better, yeah, but again, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Put your stop loss here. You think it's too late to hop in for this one? So the way you know if it's too late is you take out the low that you anticipate is safe towards your target. Okay, whoops. So you take it out and you do something like this. Okay, put your low here and put your target here. As long as you're entering in a discount, you're good. At least. Now, if your target's here, then you're more than good. If I told you this is the range that's going to happen, I'm not saying this is what I think is going to happen, but this is the best case scenario for me. But let's just say hypothetically, you thought that the market was going to go up here. Well, as long as you're in a discount, it means you're entering somewhere here. So let's say say you missed this setup. Okay, maybe you can wait for something like this, right? And if we get that, you can take a long there, stop loss here, or maybe somewhere on the left side. And then you can target what you want to target. It's all about that, right? After passing eval, how much would you risk per trade on a 150K account? I would risk around 350. 300 to 400. You think we're taking that? That's the best case scenario for me. I can't tell. I don't know if it's gonna. If we're gonna keep expanding higher, that's where I think it's gonna go. But I don't know for sure if we're gonna get there or not. The volume is pretty low. On another day, where there's no bank holidays tomorrow, I would assume that's very reachable. Yeah. 100K account, I would do 250. This is me. A lot of people disagree with how much I risk. I risk little. That's how I like to trade. That's just me. Gatie, do you think it's also slow? Yes, slow. Ma, go sleep deep. Think about how I did exactly what I promised myself weeks ago. Not to do everything. I don't want you to beat yourself up about it, Myth. I want you to put it in your journal and say, you know what? This day means nothing to me. Because I knew it was coming. and I know what matters is how I trade tomorrow or the day after that, you know? But it's not about what happened today. It's what's going to happen tomorrow now. Yeah, I play. It's not just safe, it's like, I don't know. I also really hate evals. I don't want to keep going through evals. So, I also focus on my live account. Like, that's my main goal is building my live account. My main goal is not to get payouts in terms of like result objectives. So, what platform? You got to use TradeZella, man. You got to use TradeZella. Top 3 prop firms. My top 3 prop firms are my objectively best 3 firms. Because for me, it's different. Because for me, for example, it's Alpha Futures, clearly. Alpha Futures is on a tier on their own because they pay my bills. The payouts are easy. There's no other firm that I can do what I do on Alpha Futures with. So Alpha Futures 1. My second one, although I've never gotten a payout with them yet, I'm working on it, is Take Profit Trader. And although I hate all their rules, I hate them all, but in my opinion, it's the best firm to scale with because you can get daily payouts and they can move you to live and they have no consistency and you can get uncapped payouts. So what other firm can you do that with? That's it. That's the only one. The rules suck. I hate every single rule from Take Profit Trader. The only thing that's good about them is the scalability. And for my journey, that makes the most sense. What the hell is this guy doing here, bro? Go play some Mordekaiser, bro. What the hell? Um, Someone said Alpha is basically the same as Top Step. Listen, there's one thing about Alpha that makes them better than Top Step for me. My Fund of Futures is really good. My Fund of Futures is like a Top Step / Alpha. I'm not even trying to glaze. I know it seems like I backtest on TradeZella. I did Forex Replay and TradeZella, and TradeZella is a lot better. Yes, I've done like over 3,000 trades on TradeZella backtest. Alpha's better at getting paid every week. See, look at this guy. He's getting paid every week. Anyways, listen. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna answer all your questions right now. Top Step and Alpha, yes, they're very similar, but there's one very key difference. Someone's Alpha. It's the buffer rule, man. It's the buffer rule. Listen, some people they want to go for really big fat payouts, and sometimes I'll do that, but it's not gonna be with Alpha. I don't need a buffer. I don't have to get penalized for requesting a payout inside the buffer zone. You also get 4% drawdown on your higher time frame accounts. Higher time frame accounts, bro. What the fuck am I saying? You get more drawdown. They literally give you more money to trade with. So not only do they give you more money to trade with, the payouts are easier, you don't need a buffer, and they don't penalize you for taking a payout in buffer. You make money, you can actually request it. Yes, there's a 40% consistency rule. I'm consistent anyways. Even if I was going to trade Top Step, I would be 40% consistent. I'm a consistent trader. That's just simply how it is. 40% is not that bad. If it was 20% or 15%, that's tough. That's an annoying something to deal with. 40%, I would bet that most of you here are naturally just going to reach 40%. Unless you're the type of person who full ports and gets huge amounts in one day, then it's probably not for you. Then you can use the advanced account if you want. That's why Alpha is my number one. Because getting money to my bank account is the number one goal. And it makes it easy. Okay? There's an SMT here, so I'd move my stop higher. This is NQ. Number 2 is Take Profit Trader. I don't like their rules. I don't like the live trailing drawdown on funded. I don't like that you need 5 days to pass the eval. Although you can pass in 2 trades, you still need to wait the 1 week. I guess that's it. I guess there's only 2 rules that I don't like. I don't like that you need a buffer. But again, the goal with Take Profit is to go for larger payouts. So it makes sense, you know? So although it sucks for me to have a number two firm, like why would I say my fund of futures, for example? What benefit does my fund of futures give to me? I'm getting my payouts with alpha easier. So I don't even want to use my fund of futures, you know? I need one firm that's gonna pay me, and I need one firm that I can potentially scale with, you know? And I think that firm for me, as of right now, is Take Profit Trader. Now I think I'm gonna add Top Step, but we'll see. Or Funded Next. I don't know. Honestly, I've been kind of all over the place. Whichever one has a freaking discount, bro. That's the next one. But for me, I know Alpha Futures and Take Profit Trader, I'm gonna try to go live with them. I don't know if you guys know about their live program, but they have a pretty good live program. Like getting moved to live is pretty good with Take Profit Trader. So that's actually my goal with them, which means you get uncapped payouts. So it's really good. Yeah. Yeah, of course they pay out, man. They got big banks, bro. Can you talk about having discipline and over trading? You gotta watch my psychology series on YouTube. Yeah, of course they're legit. Yeah. What's your preferred alpha account? Right now, I'm using the standard account only. I've gotten payouts with the zero account, but it's not as good for me as a standard. Why not Apex? Isn't it the cheapest one? Apex is a great option to scale with. It's a really good option because you can get 20 accounts and you can also work up to uncapped payouts. It's possible, right? Nice edge? Yeah. I mean, again, it doesn't matter to me. I have the premium subscription. What? But Alpha only 4 accounts. So Alpha's only 3 accounts, but they're in the works of getting 5. So I'll just give you a little patience, man. If Alpha had 5 payouts, 5 accounts, yo, that'd be fucking goated, bro. That would be so freaking good. Apex is good. So these firms that can give you uncapped payouts are good. But why is Apex bad? Apex, it's not that Apex is bad. Apex is good for the best traders who is gonna be able to scale. Like it's not easy to get payouts on Apex. That's the downside. You have 30% consistency. You need 8 trading days, 5 winning days of $50, and you have the 70% or 30% negative P&L rule. You know? So Apex, they don't make it that easy to get a payout. But it makes sense because you can get 20 accounts. Imagine if Apex had easy payouts and you can get 20 accounts. What is it? But it's really cheap. So it's still a great. No, you're right. It's definitely a great option. It's a great option. But like, you can't really trade freely, you know? Like you have to. You're trading to follow their rules, and that's what kind of sucks. Alpha futures, you kind of can just trade and then request, you know, like essential or premium. You get seconds chart with premium, and you can do like something like this if you want. Like you get these weird ones and shit. If you want to go crazy. All right, guys. So I see the top left screen. You can imagine I was trade like that shit, bro. Nah, crazy. Alpha futures. The answer is alpha futures. If you can't use alpha futures, I'd recommend probably Funded Next or Top Step Next or my Funded Futures. Is the market closed? It's an early close tomorrow. Since I have alpha, bro, trading FTMO also has to be the best. No rules, just don't hit it. That is true. FTMO is the thing. FTMO is really expensive, and they're 4x. But besides that, they're really good. Zero or advanced. I use standard, but the advice I give to people is start with zero. Full TP is at 360. Best case scenario. I don't know if it'll get there. I didn't take this trade on my live account, no. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're all gonna pay you. Listen, believe it or not, guys, they want to pay you because if they deny you, that's really not good for business. Do you think they're, like, they make so much money? Yeah, I passed all my evals. They make so much money. Trust me, they don't care about your payout. However, I say this to every single person. I say this from the bottom of my heart. I'm looking out for you guys. I personally believe that every single one of you should be posting on either Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Post. have some sort of fault. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to show your trades. You don't have to reply to comments. You don't have to even turn your comments on. Just post somewhere. Try to build a little bit of a community or a following on the platform, Twitter, whatever. So in case a prop firm denies you, like listen, it is what it is. Prop firms are at some point you're gonna get denied. Probably it happens. You never know what's gonna happen. Like let's be honest. I have less of a chance of getting a payout denied for a random reason than you because I have a following. They want to see me get paid out. Prop firms want me to get paid out so I can go tell people, hey, I got a payout with this firm. They actually paid me. It's true. Like it's just the reality of it. I'm sorry, but it's true information. I've literally had prop firms reach out to me and be like, we'll give you a free account. If you get a payout, all you have to do is post it. They do that shit. They want me to get paid with them. Trust me, they're not gonna deny my payout. I recommend you guys all do the same. Community on X, I'm really shit on Twitter. I can't seem to gain a following on Twitter. I don't know why. Would you let me know what time you'll be texting me? I'll message you right after the stream. Did you message me on Discord though? Can you message me on Discord? I get a lot of TikTok messages. It's probably gonna be hard to find you. Post anything. Post literally anything. Just post your executions. Make your journal on Twitter. You can go to Twitter just to disable the or just don't look at the comments and just look at just post your trading or post your pre-market plan. Just post anything. Post anything. Reply to other people. How you gain an audience? You can do it, bro. Just post your trades, even if they're losing. Every single trade you take, click the record button, put some music behind it, and post it. That's it. I don't think I got your Discord message. Let me check. Yeah, see, I didn't get your. I think you may have messaged the wrong person, unless you're Victor or NVH. Mm, 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 mm. Um, the links in my bio. I would go from there. Just engage. Yeah, just engage. You gotta reply to like famous people and stuff. Yeah, this is paper, but I did take it on my eval and then just close. I didn't need that much money. Nope, it's not me. What's your Discord? Yeah, you message me. You message me. Almost every firm has. Yep. This is the only trade I looked for today. Did you pass? Yeah, we passed. Passed all my accounts today. They were already close, right? So we're working on them. I got in on the CS. Yeah, 1050 macro was. I really like that. Is that right here? Yeah, I really like that. That's where I added a contract. We probably have the same entry. It's just I had an earlier entry. That's why it looks like that. I was just demonstrating that was my model as well. 1050 protraction model, man. I'm telling you guys, that shit is my favorite model. Blue Guardian Futures is a good option. If it's cheap for you and it's available in your country, it's a good, nice, cheap option. What you can do in a situation like this is just put your stop loss here and secure 2R. If I was actually in this trade, that's what I would do. Because this is the best case scenario. You don't want to give back. Like, look, let me teach you guys a lesson and then we're going to call it. I just started TPT last week. It's only been 5 days. I just got my funded. Let me teach you guys one lesson before I go. This is very important. It's about holding runners, okay? Right now, listen closely. Right now, I have 93 points in profit, okay? My runner is 62 points. Is that a good risk to reward trade? No, it's not. I'm risking 90 points for 60 points. That's not a good trade. Now, let's say I put my stop loss here. Okay? Now, I'm risking only 15 points for a potential 65 points. That's a 4R runner. That's worth it. Okay? But if I'm going to go break even here and say, oh, we'll see TP or SL, that's not how you hold runners. Why am I going to risk 95 points in profit to only make 60? That makes no sense. That's a terrible risk to reward trade. Okay? Discord street. Doesn't make sense. You want to make sure your runner is paying you. You don't want to make sure your runner is cooking you long term. If I put my stop loss here, now I'm only risking 20 points, right? On the potential to make 60. So it's a 4R runner. Does that make sense? Because I see people do stuff like this. I used to do this, and I used to cook myself. Like, this makes no sense. If your trade ever looks like this, and you're holding for a runner, your money management is not that good. It's not there. You need to take a level up, because it does not make sense to hold a runner like that. But you have to manage your stop loss. You have to be able to trail. You know? Anyways. I don't know why I tracked the freaky bots, bro. Chat, I passed my first account. Congratulations, brother. Trade breakdown. Very simple. I mean, let's go over this one because this is the actual A+ model. So 1050 macro. Very key time. I'm not going to put this in my journal, so we'll just go over it. 1050 macro. Key time. Every time a protraction model forms at 1050, assuming we still have an objective that's obvious, that's A+ in my books. We trade down, 2-minute fair value gap. You can also look at the 3-minute. There's nothing there. The 4-minute, you see that. The 5-minute, it's right there. 10-minute, there's nothing. So there's a couple of fair value gaps in there. 5-minute, 2-minute, and 4-minute. Let's just say you saw the 5-minute, for example. So we trade into that. I also saw at the time, there's a really nice order block in here. So I like the 2-minute because there's an order block here and a fair value gap right here. Okay, so 1050 macro protraction model. We trade down, and I'm bullish, so I want to see a continuation. We trade down to the fair value gap. That's right here. The wick does the damage. The body tells the story. We're staying up in that upper 50%. That's not enough confirmation for me. For me, the confirmation is the formation of this order block. So once we see these 3 down close candles, once we get above those 3 candles, think of it as like an engulfing candle. It confirms to me that we're likely to take out this high. And it's at a key time, and I'm already bullish. It aligns with the weekly order flow. Dollars bearish, which we already outlined today. Dollars bearish. It looks like we're decoupled, but we're actually not. It's just NASDAQ is behind, and it's playing catch-up. That's the narrative behind this trade. NASDAQ's playing catch-up to the S&P and YM. That's why I executed NASDAQ today, and not ES. Where would you put SLOD? Your stop loss would be here. So when I entered that model again, you can see I executed right here. The trade was like this. This hypothetical trade idea, although the best run. It'd be at the low. If you want to be diligent, you can put it at just below 50% of this wick. Because if we're bullish, you don't want to see 50% get hit. So 50%, I go plus 1 point. That's 202. Or sorry, 200 flat. And if you missed that, well, you could have entered on this inversion fair value gap. We inverse, we trade back down, buy that. You can put your stop loss here or here. Maybe you missed it. Maybe you want to buy this fair value gap instead, right? There's a lot of ways to get in here. There was a double pair. What's your TP? Best case scenario is 360. But again, my stop loss would be trailed. I also want to kind of get rid of this so I can move on with my day. Dude, Michael, why you have a sad face, bro? Take that sad face off right now. I only had 2 micros. What are you, mad that you were preserving your capital? Were you mad that you were trying to manage your risk? What are you sad about, brother? You should be very content. What are you going to do in New York? Everything, bro. My girl has a full plan and everything. I'd move my stop here once we get above the high. Again, I'm trying to exit this trade, guys. I got better shit to do now than... This is a paper trade, yeah. Although I took it on my eval and passed. you're going 10th of January, it's gonna be nice. I don't want to post my girl. I feel like I'll post her like here and there, like but I'm not gonna be one of those guys that's like, well, there's some guys out there that like, listen, I'm not hating if you do this, but I'm hating. They be posting their girl in like bikini pictures and shit, like at the beach. Like, I don't know. Me personally, that's some weird shit, bro. Like, that's weird, in my opinion, bro. My opinion, your girl account's got to be private. You got like 20 friends, and you can't be posting that shit. You really can't be. Like, what are you doing, man? You're not flexing to anybody. Nobody cares, first of all. And the people who do care, fucking weirdos. I'll tell you that much. It's weirdos. If you have a girl, account's private. Couple of friends she follows, work people, and if she wants to post whatever she wants to post there, I think that's fine, as long as the account's private. Um, yeah. If you find a good girl, bro, she won't call you controlling. Trust me. If you find a good girl, they would want you to say that stuff. My girl has 2 friends and no profile pics anywhere. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Do you believe in man-woman friendship? Hell no. Bullshit ass. That shit ain't true, bro. Explain your entry. This one was off the CISD. Okay. So I'll be honest. The first entry was off the 15-second chart. It was the breaker here. And I entered off of the formation of, let's just call it this inversion fair value gap right there. Boom. Stop at the low. Targeting the high. Second entry. This is the one I would want you guys to study if you want to trade like me or just in general. This one's a better study than this because this one's A+. 1050 macro. Nice retracement. The buy side's open. Dollar's bearish. Right? Six sister model approach where we have previous week's high open. And it's at a key time, key order block. Very nice candles, clean, fair value gaps forming, volume and balance holding. Everything's clean about this trade. I got your message, brother. First one was like a 15-second. It was more of just like a background. For me. Ticker for dollar is DXY. You gotta find a good girl, yeah, I'll be honest. Listen, my advice to you guys when it comes to relationships is you gotta find a girl that's not gonna make your life harder. It's make your life easier. You shouldn't have to like chase around and ask her to do things for you. Like this is making your life harder. That shit ain't right. It's supposed to make your life easier. If you have to tell her to take post down or not post this, like that's babysitting. That's not a it's not a real woman. Introducing trading to her parents. Yeah, her parents have they still don't get it, bro. I've talked about it so much. She backs me up pretty good. Even her brother, she has a brother, and her brother backs me up really nicely. She also has like a grandma, like beyond me that I'll ever be able to explain it to her exactly what I do. Explaining trading it's an obstacle. It's definitely an obstacle, especially if you're still kind of working on it. What do you tell them you do for a living? I told them I day trade, but they didn't really understand. They were like, "Well, you buy stocks?" I was like, "Nah, I do, but that's not where I kind of make most of my money." And then they were like, well, "Maybe you should work at a bank or something." Like they're trying to get like some stable stability. And I was like, I kind of like told them. Well, my girl told them like how much I made. I gave her permission. I was like, just tell them how much I made like the last couple months. And they were like, "What? From home?" They were like so confused. It was great. It was great. But they're still kind of like iffy about it, to be honest. I did meet her from school, yeah. I don't really talk about how much I make. It's really irrelevant, and it adds pressure. It felt really nice. I can't lie. Is this a strong? Again, as long as you're trailing your stop, you just keep holding. Because I'm not. So again, let's go over the scenario again. This is important for when you're holding runners, okay? Right now, how much am I risking? At this point in time, I'm risking 27 points of profit, okay? If I get stopped out right now, this is what we call, I forget the term, but in TradeZilla they call it MAE. It's like maximizing your winners, okay? If I put my stop loss here, like holy, I'm risking so much points in profit. It's not worth it. I'm risking 115 points. If I put my stop loss here, okay, I'm only risking, listen closely, 30 points. My runner is 37 points. Does that make sense? Are you going to be consistently profitable making 1R on your runners? You got to know how much you're risking to how much you're going to make on your runner. It's not worth it to risk that much. I'm going to move my stop right here. 25306. Okay. Now let's see the scenario. Now I'm risking 15 points on the potential to make 40. That's a 2.5R runner. Right? That makes sense. That makes sense to keep holding this trade, right? That's 2.5R potential, right? You can't just set it at break even and say, oh, I hope it hits. That's not good money management. What time, Luca? What time? Appreciate you, Noah. I do live trade every day, yeah. If Tulsa remove all trades positive or negative, they should not remove the positive trades. If I have to pass again, actually, I'm not gonna lie, they already gave me the emails. They already like took away my account, so I think it's good. Yeah, I passed the evals with this one. It is kind of unfortunate. We literally got such a nice setup, but whatever. Did that before? Oh, 20 minutes ago, 16:02. So what is that? 11:02 here. Where was your entry? Like, did you cover profits? You got stopped at a trailing to 1023. You got stopped out on this retracement. That's valid, in my opinion. If you closed early because you thought it was going to take this low, that's valid. If we were really clean, it wouldn't have done this. So if you lost in this retracement, that's fine, in my opinion. You were just managing your risk. We had a deep retracement. It was looking sloppy. A lot of wicks, no clean structure, no clean order flow. You close the trade, that's a good decision, in my opinion. Re-entry, that's something else you have to discuss with your rules and stuff. In my opinion, it's a really good re-entry opportunity. Because just because you get stopped out here doesn't mean it's invalid. It just means it's probably not moving right now. You think it was a good idea to execute the trade on that? No. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. I mean, this year was a good year for me. I gotta stop that to change. That's yeah. Don't worry about the 1023. It happens. Now I would study the re-entry opportunity though. I lost in that retracement re-entry. Yeah, perfect, bro. Nice. Yeah. If you got stopped out here, that's your re-entry. It's beautiful. When you take a payout on alpha, does your maximum stay at 0 or at minus 2,000? It stays wherever it was before. So whatever your payout was, sorry, not your payout. Whatever your drawdown was before, that's what it'll be able to re-enter for having bad. Yeah, that's fine, Noah. That's also a way to preserve capital. What was your entry comp switch? Can you explain? Study this one. Don't worry about this. Let's focus on this entry because this is the most easy repeating one that you'll see me take over and over again. We were traced into a 2-minute fair value gap and this old order block. Okay, I'll show you the 2-minute chart. 2-minute fair value gap. You see that right here? Plus the OB. At what time? 1050 macro. What happens when we retrace? We immediately expand higher, getting the order block plus fair value gap. I take my entry on this candle's closure. I target this high and my best case scenario target for the day, which I told you, I took it at 9:15 a.m. I said, I think we're going to go here today, best case scenario. And it looks like we're probably gravitating towards it. How did I know we're going to get here? It's not a bearish SMT. Everyone said we have a bearish SMT. It's only a bearish SMT if you're bearish. I was never bearish today. I said we can take out lows, which we did, but I never said I was bearish. I said it's a six sister setup. So you target the SMT in simple terms. Gatie, if I was, so what's my advice for you to meet someone? It's not easy, bro. I'm gonna be honest. School and work are the best two places because anywhere else, it's kind of hit or miss. If you want my honest advice, some people are gonna think this is stupid, but the honest advice is probably an app. just find someone on an app and talk to them, make sure they're good. Because, like, listen, I'm with that. My advice is not the ball. Or if you have balls of steel, you approach people you think are good looking in person, and you just take the first step. Me personally, I could never do that. I don't got those kind of balls. That ain't my style. But if you got that in you, you can approach people on the street and be like, "Yo, I think you're good looking. Just want to see if we can talk." That's probably the best thing you can do. The second best thing would probably be just go on the app and see what's there. A secret method. I have a secret method. If you go to a club or something, you can't just, like, if they're dancing, cut them. You gotta find one that looks like she's helping her friend. That's probably the one. Nah, even then, her friend's clubbing. Nah, fuck that shit. Nah, never mind. That was stupid as fuck. Take back what I said. I'm gonna go on the premise that this low is gonna be safe. 2319. Again, focus on this scenario. Right now, I'm risking 27 points to make 23. That doesn't make sense. That's not good risk management. So if I'm going to trail my stop, I'm going to trail it right here to 319. Let's just say 320 for simplicity. Now I'm only risking. Oh, God. Bro, just measure. 13 points to make 25. That's kind of worth it. But we're at the point of the trade where, yeah, I can probably close. But at this point, whatever really happens doesn't really matter. You can just, because now it's like whatever. Because remember, your goal is not to hit the target. The goal of this trade is not to hit take profit target. The goal is to make the most out of the trade based on what the chart gives you. That's the goal. Okay? It doesn't make sense to hold all the way. You don't have to get that. On a 50K, I risk $150 per trade. Max. Apps is crazy, bro. Why would the fuck would you your wife do it? Yeah, 90% are, but there's exactly, you gotta find the 10%. I mean, what's the other option? Either you approach them in person. I said the best places are school and work. That's the best two. Or from a friend. Like someone puts you on, you know? You see reversing at TP? Consolidating or retracing, in my opinion. Yo, gym is a good place. I like that. Gym is a good place, yeah. If I buy TradeZilla and sync it to my Project X Alpha account, will it immediately sync my previous trade? I have to add them manually. You don't have to add them manually, but all you have to do is you go to TradeZilla, and I'm gonna probably end up closing the trade here unless we get above this high on this candle. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like if you go to like I don't know, you go to a basketball game if you like basketball, I don't know, some shit like that. What library or gym? Bro, I'm gonna be honest, bro. You're not gonna find your wife in the library, guys. Let's be honest. Do people even go to that shit anymore? I don't know. Not where I live. The rest of the week, I will not be on my funded or my live account. Funded, well, yeah, because Thursday and Friday, but my fundeds are also waiting for a payout. Heard you giving dating advice? Yeah, it was. They were talking about um, how can you find your girl? Like where? Very low probability, yeah. So when do you think PA is fine in December because of holidays? Well, skip the holiday week. The first 2 weeks is when you're going to see the most. After that, it's going to fizzle out. Reversal to the lows? Yeah, I don't know about that. What do you mean by lows? Right here? Maybe right here. If you want easy trade idea, it's 11:30 right now, so it's key time. Take out your range. This is close to discount. Let's go to your most recent dealing range, which would be right here. This low right here. This is low hanging fruit. for a retracement trade idea. Not sorry. Not low hanging fruit. Best case, like this is the target. Like you can't anticipate more. Like this is fair. Like if it comes here and then just bounces, you can't be like, what the fuck? We didn't take out the sell side. This is your dealing range on the 1 minute chart. Okay. Actually, I lied. This is your dealing range. My apologies. But this is a more nicer defined range, um, based on the retracement that offered the move higher. Right. This is discount. This low. So if you're anticipating a retracement, which makes sense because it's lunch. But again, the previous week's high is still there, so it's iffy. But if you are, then I would aim for this. I'm not saying I would aim for this. I'm saying if I was bearish, expecting a retracement at this specific time, what would my target be? It would be this low. Doesn't mean I would look for this though. It doesn't make sense, in my opinion. But I don't want to tell you guys how to trade. Santa rally every year in December? I hope so. And if they want to specifically rally AI chips, that would also be very hopeful and nice. Can you look at ES? I have ES open on my right chart, and I think it's completely filled in the daily fair value gap. Nope, still going a little bit. Yeah, you could add along to the 1 minute FEG. You can be buying right now with a stop loss here. Love you, Toxic. I'm when you saw it, told me to. I love you, bro. I didn't see her. I'm sorry, bro. I found my girlfriend because she was my chemistry and math tutor in college. That's a good reason. Partials on a real shit isn't married. Partials is marriage. Kids is full TP. Now, partial 1 is marriage. Partial 2 is kids. And full TP is dying by yourself together. Trade closed. Well, I appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream. I will be live again tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. I'll be tape reading and slash back testing for anyone who wants to be there. I highly recommend you guys get TradeZilla. I don't get a commission if you use code BF, and I want you guys to get the best discount. So use code 25%. But if you do want to support me, use my referral link. So when you make your account, use my link. I don't know if I get a commission. I'll be honest, because you're not using my code. It's 25% off, and it's really good. I'll use it tomorrow, and I'll show you guys how it works. I get it says I get another customer. Like I get another referrals. I think if I get a certain amount of referrals, I get money. I think, but also I think the main benefit for me, TradeZilla would just see that I'm actually getting people, and I think they may reward me. They haven't yet, but they might. I don't know. Anyways, the main goal is you guys get that. In terms of accounts, I probably wouldn't be full porting evals. If you are gonna full port an eval, try to get it passed for next week. 9:30 opens your best bet because the volatility could be low tomorrow. Tomorrow I expect one of two things: consolidation or one prolonged price run with no retracements and just continuously going. That's normally what happens on a bank holiday. Like it just kind of goes like this, or just stays like this. Funded next for alpha. Start with alpha. Add funded next after you make payouts from alpha. My alpha balance is 1,000, so my maximum loss if I take a $100 payout. Yep, exactly, placeholder. Exactly. That's why I like alpha. You can take those easy payouts. You don't have to do much more. So I'm not gonna post this in the journal. If you were in the stream, you saw it. Maybe I will because this 1050 macro is really anticipated, like a really nice setup. So I'll wait for that. Next 2 days, I need to lock in on reflection. Had a great week last week. Past 3 accounts. I'm having a terrible week down big. Positive reinforcement. Yo, Noah, message me on Discord. Message me on Discord. I'm gonna do something for you. Message me on Discord. It's holiday week, Noah. AKA take a step back. Noah, message me on Discord. I like you, bro. I'm gonna do something for you. Message me. I got you, bro. Don't worry. Yo, my baby niece is so cute, bro. Oh, nice. Anyways, can you explain volume? I don't use that stuff. Volume, value, area, rotations. Hell no, bro. I can definitely not explain that for you. Definitely cannot explain that to you. Gaddie, what you be doing all day? Trade, journal, reflect. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm either doing work, spending time with my girl. That's it, bro. That's all I freaking do. All day, every day. How to use first presented FEG? I want you to do this. I want you to mark out first presented fair value gap and you see how it delivered. When you're using it, I want you to pay attention to the time. Okay? Not just the price level, the time. Okay? For example, this is 950 macro, and we went down and we used it to get lower. Here's 1050 macro, right? We got above it and we used it to move higher. I just gave you the sauce. I ain't gonna lie. That's how you use it. The right time, it's a key level. It can literally be as simple as support and resistance. You just have to use time with it. Don't expect it, oh, we touched it, it's gonna go lower. No, it's gonna be time and narrative. Over here, the narrative was we took buy side and we wanted to take out sell side so that we can see the real move higher, which is previous week's high. You all know it's coming at this point, right? That's Six Sister approach. So that's another takeaway for if you were in there. It's 9:30. The first one after 9:30. In this case, 9:37. My funders are waiting for payout, so no. But we did pass some evals. Best prop firms, alpha futures. For me, it's different for everyone. If you have like a lot of payouts under your belt, the best prop firm for you, maybe I don't know, Take Profit Trader or maybe Apex. I want to trade like Gator. Who's Gator, bro? This is the 1 minute chart. And you know what? We'll make this the study for today super simple. First, the Alpha Friday discount is 25%. Uh, First presentation fair value gap. I will label this in here as a key price array. And then this bullish order block. That's really all you need to annotate for that's all I'm really going to annotate for my journal today. And I'll just even show the execution. And I wish I had a runner here leaving, but unfortunate. Oh, another really key level is 50% opening range gap. You'll see the bodies in here really nicely. Yeah, you don't really need much more. Because all you really need to know is the time, you know? That's the key. It's 1050 macro, and this is what we're working with at this time, you know? If you want, you can label the 5 minute fair value gap. Realistically, I don't even need anything. All I really need to see is like label my protraction model. But you know what? We can add some pizzazz. You know, we'll make this a real study. Hold on. So we take out sell side here. I can check your trade in the Discord. Yeah. Again, double purge narrative. So sell side liquidity purge. Buy side liquidity purge. 1. This is your engineered buy side. Notice 0.5 deviations. Engineered buy side liquidity. Put that in the middle. So this is just giving the narrative of like took out sell side. So took out buy side first, engineer the high, run the sell side. So how do you know this is a fake price run? Do we take sell side? No. If you want to go long, the best trades are after sell side's taken. Do we take sell side here? No. We come back, take sell side. Okay, now you're looking for the best trade, right? Could it have kept going down? Yeah, it could have. If that happened, then we probably wouldn't have seen stuff like this breaker, for example. Well, ES hit 6853. Oh, there's previous week's high. Perfect. We can finish the journal right now. Make our life easier. That's a very nice call. I'll be honest. That's a very nice call. We called that shit at 9:15. ES taking And that's your criteria, right? For six sister approach here. So that's pretty much it for the journal today. Yeah, and there's not much more you really want to. You'll notice the deviation levels are getting hit now very nicely. Yeah, not much more I want to really. You can see the accumulation, manipulate lower, below sell side, and then we distribute all that stuff. There's -2 deviations. Hit perfectly. I would love to see it top right here. That would just be perfect. It didn't. That would be nice though. Very nice. Um, yeah, I mean, listen, there's. I don't know exactly where it is. I think it's somewhere here. It's a little bit off. I'm too lazy to label it. But this is opening range gap 50%. Or 50%. So it's good to see something like that. It's not exactly there, but it's somewhere there. Or 50% sensitivity. So it's like somewhere here, I think. Anyways, that's pretty much all the labels for today. So I'll post that in the Discord. I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. How many deviations? So you look at the target and you look at the deviation above the target. So the target's previous week's high. -2 is right there. -3 is right here. If you take the entire opening range, -1, that would be the most. That's extreme. I don't even think we're gonna get that personally. But that would be like a true max expansion. -1 standard deviations of the opening range. Meaning the lowest manipulation from the entire 930 open was 145 points. So if we can get on top of that another 145, that would be like the most extreme I would anticipate. But I like this leg right here because this is the price leg that you're anticipating to deliver the buy side. This one's the key price leg. I recommend Alpha Futures. I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. The Discord is free. No, it's not paid. The link's in my bio. You just have to click open in browser. I will share this in the Discord with you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.